રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ
શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય રામ શ્રી રામ જય રામ જય જય Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram. Jai Jai 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 Ram Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Yes, what is the topic? Okay. Anybody would like?
God realization will differ from what you're saying. So God realization differs from the duration of getting the success differs from person to person. Does the duration in which you get God realization differ from person to person?
We will reach and then see,
No, something, but it's a fact, no?
These are all academics, In what way is going to help us?
Ah.
They have shown us what are the lakshanas of a person who has some Papa simple said spontaneity, simplicity, humility. There is no label, God realized soul, nothing like that. He becomes broad-minded, he is free from all limitation, he is free from expectation, he is free from anything, he is always in a blissful state, he is full content. So these are all some of the lakshanas they have given. Anyway, let us try to reach that stage. To know something about it academically, it's not going to help us. We have here a model, Parampuja Papa. Through him, we might be able to understand something more about it. Each one is unique, so each one's expressions will be different. Ours is to know him, that's all, realize his presence within. Let us concentrate more and more on that. Sadhana should enable us to move towards the awareness of his presence within us. Anything else? Let us try to concentrate on our daily life and the goal to be scaled, so that we will get some. Many of us might be having inner conflicts, outer conflicts. At the same time, we would like to lead a better life than what we are living. Better in the sense, in terms of peace of mind, in terms of fullness, in terms of all embracing love, in terms of tolerance, in terms of forgiveness, in terms of excellence, like that. This is what we mean by better.
Swamiji, I have one question. When two people in the family have a different point of view about a topic, and that topic is important, how how do you avoid conflict?
It's at that
Pause.
particular time, we will not argue. Because the mindset should be, the traffic of thought should be there. When I am preconditioned with an answer, I will not allow your thought to come in. So, better, you can say we don't know the topic. So, you can say that I am unable to understand your topic. Let us do some thinking. Pause. Another method is, this is what I feel. You don't say that this is right, this is wrong. This is what I feel from whatever God has given me the experience. This is what I feel. Some time back, I don't know whether somebody, any, somebody would not have heard this. For the sake of that, we will repeat. There was a small program in Wayanad. One brahmachari brought a group of college-going students, and then we arranged for a small place like this. There were about 10 boys and 10 girls, or 15 boys and 15 girls. And the Swami, they said, and then Swami said, I am going to ask you a question. They are coming from Caricut, a place which is about 60, 70, no, 80 kilometers, Ghat section. They have come all the way, they are sitting there. So he said, is married life a hindrance to spiritual life? So the groups were given 15 to 20 minutes to discuss among themselves and come out with an answer. After 15, so when the question was given, we whispered into the ears of Brahmachari, what a topic you are given. He said, don't worry about the answer, see the process. So I sat with the boys section, watching what they are doing. After one of the boys, after serious thinking, he said, it will not work. So the other boy said, why it will not work? Then he said, suppose I am morning before I go to office, I do some pujas, some chantings, some bhajans, or some sitting alone, concentrating. Wife will immediately come and say, did I not give you a list yesterday? You forgot. Every time when I give, you forget. So she can never understand our these things, so it will not work out. So the boy who was hearing this, he said, why should you take it like that? Your priority and her priority at that moment is different. Your priority is to go along with certain disciplines. That is why you feel that her priority is to run the household. She has given you the list. You have forgotten. Apparently, there is a conflict. You can say, is this the time to raise all these questions? Instead of that, you can say, you are right, you gave me the, I will try to do it today. Let me please, immediately. Another boy thought about it. He said, no, it will not work out. Why? The neighbor, same company or same status, from Scooter, one day he brought a beautiful car. So this wife saw that. And she said, you are also working, How many years you have been going in the two-wheeler? See how they have brought a car. It will not work. She cannot understand her. So again another boy heard and he said, why should we jump at that? Seeing a car and developing a desire is not a crime. So from that angle she has suggested. Suppose you tell her, this is our salary. We cannot pay fully for the car. So that we have to take a loan. The EMI will be this much. In between, suppose we get any other contingency, like somebody falling sick, some function, something we have to go. There will be a shortage. And then interest will go up. And later on, it may be difficult for us to clear. And the tension it brings. So should we not wait for a time when we feel we can afford to have a car? And she will understand that. You are not saying that what she said is wrong. So like that, pro and anti, everything coming from boys. That means whenever any conflict comes, the conflict is answered not by justifying that it is foolish, it is untimely, it is improper. All these words we don't use, according to that boy. And then he equally tries to understand the standpoint of his wife. From her level, this is the priority. So you try to understand, accept it, and then rationalize the whole thing. Make her convince lovingly. And just because she has suggested, you need not jump at her also. These things were going on. So half an hour was over. The Swami said, come on, sit down. I would like to have your answer. So the first choice was given to the girls. What is your answer? So the girls said, we have elaborately dwelt upon this from the various angles. And finally we have come to the conclusion that married life is a hindrance to spiritual life. Brahmachari did not say anything. He asked the boys. One boy, that's why I remember all this. This had taken place in 77, 67, 76 or 77. Still fresh. He got up. Swami, can I be frank? Yes. Brutally frank. Okay. Anything you can talk. He said, the question, the point raised by you is stupid. It is a hindrance if you feel it is a hindrance. It is not a hindrance if you don't feel it as a hindrance. So it all depends upon the person who takes it. There cannot be a general answer. How we handle the situation, it rests there. This boy is a young boy. Everybody was stunned. Brahmachari said, you can still continue this dialogue, but I give you my views. What this boy said is a 100% correct one. It is a stupid question. But it has given you a lot of food for thought. actual day-to-day life. There will be conflicts because each one's idea, each one's definition of life is different. In between, nowadays, of course, all are equally exposed to this. During those periods, even ladies were not exposed to that extent. For example, in 60s, we used to attend Swami Chinmayanandaji's lectures. Majority will be gents because the other people have got household work. These people are coming straight from the office. And in the office also, majority will be gents only, unlike today. So they are completely immersed in the household work. They have got children also to take them to the school, bring back from the school, household management, and bank going. So many things they do, but they will not be able to do that. So the exposure is limited. But in spite of that, the girls, where they were sitting, who first said it will not work, they were deeply thinking. And the Swami again asked, "You have anything to say?" They all kept quiet for a few minutes. And finally they said, "We join with him. It is not a hindrance. It's a hindrance if you feel it is a hindrance. That means without recognizing the other standpoint, if you go ahead, it is a hindrance. Every time you have difference of opinion. But suppose every time we try to understand each other and lovingly place your viewpoint, chances of always becoming a conflict might be reduced. Not that it won't be there. And how you deal with men and matters in one will have its influence on the other one also. Because if it appeals to the other party, it will be registered in their mind, even if they differ. So there is no direct answer for this question. This is what we feel. In any field, there will be difference of opinion. But difference of opinion is different and our relationship is different. If that technique somehow emerges in our dealings, though we differ, we will continue to respect each other, love each other, recognize each other. You know. Not only in a family, everywhere this question will come.
Correct.
You said something.
No, it's said very rendered very beautifully what you have said now. Like in the corporate world, it is said one can become a manager, but everyone need not be a man manager.
Need not be a
Everyone
man
need not be
manager.
a man manager. So something on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This requires, recognition of the other one. That is the basis of this conflict. If you are not aware, if you are not recognizing, then the conflict will definitely blow up. So there is no shortcut also in this. Only through experience, observing, watching. By experience, suppose I commit something, immediately I realize one word of mouth, one word, slip of the word, it has spoiled the whole relationship. Immediately go apologize, repair the damage, no matter who he is.
I had this experience in the corporate world when I used to be a while before. And one of my bosses was an IIT IM. He was a gold medalist. And we used to literally get scared of it because it was too much. The knowledge was too much. And whenever that he used to address us or call us to his chamber, as you said just now, one word, it can really amplify a lot of sentences. So he used to tell me, your one word, it means 1,000 sentences to me. So that was the expression of one word,
Yeah.
as we put it like this. So that is a corporate word.
Yeah, yeah. These are all practical problems faced by everybody. So spirituality answers that, and spirituality's answer is that you recognize everybody as a form of that principle which is there in you. And for reasons unknown to us, it is being raised in a low tone or a higher tone or in an aggressive or in a passive, and we name it as a conflict. So we try to, as spiritual aspirant, we try to assimilate everything, do not immediately impulsively react, and then put ourselves slowly in their position. From their standpoint, we will try to understand. And still, there may be areas where you cannot compromise. Then you say, sorry, this is what we feel. And it will work the moment you come to know. Even I differ. The moment you come to know that I am giving sufficient space for you, and it is because each one is unique, each one's experience is unique, each one's ideal is unique, each one's method is unique. So along with that, he is going ahead. Though I cannot agree with him. Your tone, your relationship will not get damaged. 100% it will not get damaged. Tough, very tough. And God makes us to go through that test and ultimately comes out. The moment we start recognizing the other as also, he has also equal right to bring out his. Spirituality has entered there. The moment I recognize that you have also the same right to express your views as I have the right to express, spirituality has entered there. That the spirit in me and the spirit in you is one and the same, that is called spirituality. It has entered there. So when that basis starts, you find the relationship remains intact, though you may differ. It is relative, no doubt. That is why that boy said stupid, Question is stupid, because it is relative. If you consider it as a hindrance, it is a hindrance. If it is not a hindrance, it is not a hindrance. Yes.
So people have the right to their opinion, even if it is foolish.
They have their right. They have their right. From their standpoint, we are defining it as foolish, Nobody will utter, if they come to know they are uttering something which is foolish. So from their standpoint, they may have. So we can ask them. For example, a child, you are seriously discussing on a business matter with somebody. Suddenly your grandchild comes straight away comes and occupies your seat on the lap and asks you this. You will not say, this is not manners, get out. What is your attitude? You go to his level. Come, I'll come. After 10 minutes, I will come. You pacify him, send him back. What is happening there? Somebody can say it is foolish. But from that boy does not know all these things.
Love is more.
From his level, yeah, it is priority. He is something struck to him, immediately he rushes to grandpa, wants an answer, that's all. And he knows he has got always freedom to do that. His grandpa, you have never admonished him or threatened him or punished him for anything. So he takes it as granted. But when then you will slowly say, it is better to avoid, when we are talking. Do you think it's all right? Even to a child, you are not imposing your views. This is spirituality entering. You are not belittling anybody, you know. Everyone is a form of God. So how does the first quality of the spiritual dimension is that you recognize initially as you have got the right to bring out all these things, you recognize the other person also have got he has got a body, mind, intellect, equipment, he has got his own experience, knowledge, and with that background he is bringing it out, and I am bringing it out from my level. It may not tally, but the process is there in him all. So the best way is to say, sorry, I am unable to understand. I feel I cannot go along with that. I am not convinced. And if you are open-minded, if you convince me, I am with you. Spirituality should enter. That means not conflict. The word conflict will not come. Difference of opinion. Differences are there. Difference will be there. With everybody we may have differences. But we take it as the difference is also a part of the life. Because we are all unique. Preferences, priorities, all those things differ from person to person. And at the same time, we are not to compromise on certain basic values. We correct ourselves if we are wrong. But basic values, we may not. Even if we are asked to compromise, we will not.
One more related question. Sometimes we recognize, and as part of recognizing, uh, you don't force your opinion on the other. And you understand, you go to their level, understand. Implicitly, unknowingly, one expectation also comes that the other will also start recognizing.
Other
Other will also start recognizing.
Correct.
How do you not have that expectation?
No, you cannot expect. Because you cannot expect because you don't know the mindset. Only from your level you can do that. And the more you become honest and sincere and free from biased views, we feel it will have its positive effect on the other. It is not expectation. It has to have a positive effect. This is what experiences are teaching us. Suppose we did something, we go there and apologize. And immediately, the person says, oh, I also felt in a different way. Finished. The account is closed. To err is human, no? But we should have spirituality should enable us to accept our mistake and then own it openly also. That is why he said spontaneity, humility, and simplicity. Normally, we justify, Every day this friction will be there. And he has written that every time this friction is there, it is not to irritate us, it is to refine us. From the crudity, from the crudity to the refined state. It requires, Puja Swamiji used to say, rubbing and scrubbing, which is painful. And there may be, from our experience, whenever there is a conflict and you cannot openly oppose due to age, respect, position, then the best way we thought would be to leave from the place for some time. You have time to pause, they have time to pause. Abruptly you move away from them. And you get your balance, Because your mind will bring out with so many justifications. This is nonsense. They have to be told it is nonsense, and you will fall into it. So suppose you go away, little taming. Move away from the place geographically. And then after some time, after an hour or two, when we come back, situation will be definitely different. You may not even volunteer. Somebody said, "Oh, you got offended." I did not mean that. Okay, forget about it. That's finished. So by experience, he will teach us just to move away, stop the topic. Because suppose when I argue, even you also argue. That means you are not allowing my thought to enter into you or your thought to enter into me. Traffic jam. So we move away for some time from school. And here the mysteriously the guidance will come. Because as every time we want to repeat this, that spirituality is not to be limited to a particular place, particular discipline, particular time, particular person. It is with us, it has been with us. So every time, suppose I start looking at it and say, "Oh, you are giving me one more opportunity. Very difficult for me to pass this opportunity. Terrible. I can't. For years together, I have been holding on to this, and I have no self-interest. And I don't mean anything bad for anybody, but still it is not recognized. Very difficult for me to do that. But your tone of handling will definitely change. And it will have its tremendous impact on the other side. Though they may not directly convey that. This is what we have seen. And later on they will come and say or telephone and say, "Sorry, no, we did not mean like that. At that time somehow we thought that was the right." Every day, morning to 15 minutes, you must have the dialogue. Equip yourself, insulate yourself. You are pushing me now to the field. Ensure that I don't lose my balance. Equally recognizing you in objects, in persons, in situations. These three. We are reacting to any of these three. Either to an object, or to a person, or to a situation. In these three, I must not lose my balance. So we feel there cannot be any direct answer for any of these things. One has to go through, evolve. And periodical retreat to places like this will definitely help. All these things. And this particular session, for example. Because the me and mine will be tamed, subdued.
Balanced.
Yeah.
100%.
Otherwise, before you tell me, I would have reacted. No time. I am 100% convinced. You cannot say like that. Human relations. Bah. Harmony at home, harmony at workplace, harmony with friends. Suppose we have this, you type it out and keep it in your place wherever you go. This is, I don't want God realization, anything like that. I only want harmony at home, harmony at workplace, harmony with friends. Eventually that will take us to that.
Correct.
Oh, no, disharmony has come. I should not.
It's a science by itself.
Eh?
Human relation is a science by itself.
By
Human
science.
relations is a science by itself.
Science, 100% science based.
Very cool.
And watch, norms keep on changing as we keep on changing our position. As a child, as a student, as a youth, everything changes, You yourself will change. And in all that we feel that the harmony at home, harmony at workplace, and harmony with friends become a reality when the me and mine is getting reduced.
Correct. 100%.
So if a conscious effort is also made in the form of a prayer, please make me to become humble, not to assert that what I feel is right.
See, Swamiji, what you said is very important. Very few of us understand also that meaning of humble also means not asserting yourself.
Correct, not asserting. Please make me. Don't make me to jump into conclusions. And one word can, one slip of the word or tone, your body language. You need not say anything. Suppose I come there. Suppose you like this. Dhiren is not in a mood. I will go back, How it influences, I don't want to go there. The moment you go there, you grew me. Immediately. You would not have meant anything. But suppose you have that feeling that I have come to know about this, you will immediately rush up and in your innocence you will say, it is true, on that day I received a letter, there was a phone call, so mind was preoccupied. And naturally, the mind was full. When you came, sorry, I did not mean anything. Then I try to understand your position. So we must have the one of the parties, if they are honest enough to go and explain, not keeping it in mind, and then it gets quiet. There are many instances. Otherwise, it will pile up, misunderstanding one after another, biased views, one after another, and it will explode. So we can say spirituality enters into there when you try. Papa used to say 3 things, Today morning we said forgiveness.
Forgiveness, peace.
So this forgiveness means, that itself is
Compassion.
Compassion, forgiveness, all these things, that is the expression of spirituality. So even if somebody has done something, initially it's difficult for you to accept. But as days go by, you try to tame down. Out of some misunderstanding, you would have done it. Okay, it's all right. Next time when you meet him, though he may not talk to you, you have a friendly posture. You are not worried whether he responds. This is what we have also seen in our professional career.
Correct.
Ah.
Correct. 100%.
It's a beautiful subject. Harmony. Harmony at home, harmony at workplace, harmony with friends. This is spirituality in daily life. We can try to analyze through our experience what are the contributory factors that have helped us to maintain this harmony at 3 places. Then you are, correct. And you will find that the me to me, wherever it is lying low, it is possible. Today, along with this, today through email, somebody asked something about consciousness. Actually, it cannot be a topic on which we can discuss because consciousness is the very subject. It is not an object. Anything that is an object that we can discuss, the knowing principle in us. When you are looking at me, you know that you are looking. That knowing principle, can you define that? Simple. The knowing principle in me, what is that? Knowledge absolute, no, not relative. Knowledge relative is there with reference to an object, with reference to a person, with reference to a situation, with reference to a place. Knowledge, okay. That is relative knowledge. This is knowledge absolute. From where the knowledge comes. The other day, I think we shared here, but we will repeat to make it a little more, though it's not 100% right, but it will lead us to that light. Do you know Russian language? No. You know English? Now think about it. You know that you know English. You know that you don't know Russian. Isn't it? No knowledge of Russian and yes knowledge of English is known by you. That knowledge. What is relative knowledge? What is absolute knowledge? The no knowledge of Russian and the yes knowledge of English is known by one knowledge, you know. I know that I don't know. Huh? I know that I know. This might help us to go there. Something that illumines immediately, you know. It is not that you are consulting. You did not say, I will think about it. No. You immediately you said, like this you said, I don't know. That means the illumination is there. No knowledge is illumined. Yes knowledge is illumined. Just like this, spontaneously. That illumining principle, it can't be defined. But that is the base of our, that is the one which authenticates our existence. Consciousness absolute. Because the thought which has come out from the consciousness is trying to understand the consciousness, which will never happen. It can never happen. You are aware of that thought, is it not?
Correct.
Who is aware? So it is the thought that gives all explanation, and the thought is telling, it's asking what is consciousness. Thought owes its origin to the consciousness only. So the limitation is there. It can't.
That path is not the way.
Yeah.
The path to
That is why the other day we read out, in Mandukya Upanishad, Achintyam, Agrahyam, Alakshanam. It cannot be grasped, it cannot be brought within the ambit of anything that is knowable. Only anything that is knowable can be defined, can be explained. Here it is the defining authority. So all that we can do is we try to remove all that is there which is blocking us the knowledge. That is called stillness. So in the stillness, so here Papa says to arrest all thoughts, hold on to one thought, Ram Nam thought, chant mentally, try to hear the mentally, the same. It's also a thought, agreed. Then the thought stops by itself. The Nama gets stopped by itself. And what remains is that. It may be only for a few pauses. Doesn't matter. But it will help you to know. The thought is being made known, the source from which it arises. And it will be there. During our waking time, thought is fully there. It is not the thought will not be there. But our spiritual practice will enable us to know the power behind this now talking. This talking is a thought expressing through the words, So the power behind it, it will be there in the subconscious level. So this cannot be explained like that because it is not an object.
And cannot be
No,
gone through with thought.
no. That is why the second line it is difficult from the thought level to understand. So that is why we take to this devotional aspect, where we don't bring in this dimension. And this consciousness, absolute, is superimposed in the form of a human being. And with our utter devotion, when we place the whole thing, we don't break our head with this. It is there always. Just like we speak to the indwelling reality inside, we also talk to him outside. We place everything. We recognize that the same power is in everybody, and then get the answer. So we don't break our head.
Don't
Because
let thought come in
to
the
know the consciousness itself is an inward journey through which the thought extinguishes, and without thought I cannot exist. So the best way is to convert this thought and direct it to the same power through a form with utter faith and devotion. You might be remembering Papa keeps on bringing that word. Chant the name with faith and devotion, not to the personal aspect, even to the impersonal aspect with faith and devotion. The devotional aspect, that means there are two.
It cuts through the thought.
Devotion means devotion to somebody.
Correct.
So a form is there later on to the formless. We try to learn the devotional aspect through worshipping a form first. And then we slowly graduate ourselves to worshipping the formless also. Then these questions will not harass us much. Because everybody cannot pursue this path. Mind cannot go beyond certain level, no? And when you come back, you are again in the same mold and you fail to recognize because it is the very subject. And what we are dealing with is where the thought predominates. And so it is difficult for the thought to maintain this consciousness, the connection to the consciousness and deal with men and matters outside. Toughest job. So that is why Papa brings the word devotion. So there, when the devotional aspect wells up in our heart, the rational aspect gets subdued. You are there in the form of consciousness. Why don't you direct me? This will be the attitude. You are consciousness absolute. No. It is absolute, no doubt. But
Beyond the rational.
beyond the realm of thought.
So the morning is the most important.
Morning.
All this.
Bring any form before you if you are not well established in this Nirguna Tattva form and superimpose, we do this consecration of that, no? Superimpose. You are that all pervading reality. And then you tell everything, you ask everything, you plead, you take him into task, everything can be done. This was what Papa was doing it. So it was purely impersonal. He gave us a wonderful path. Initially, there will be conflict also when we hear faith and devotion. Devotion means there should be two, a devotee and a Lord. There should be. But here is only one. How can we develop devotion? Then Papa's life, Papa's teachings, when we keep on doing it, then it becomes very clear. Yes, though it is one, it is also two. Though it is two, it is also one. So let us, as sadhakas, let us develop this via media, not the one. Suppose we say consciousness, it is difficult. The other day we read out. We read out that mantra. Ayyo. Na pratnam, na apratnam.
Na prajnanam, na adgresham, na asiddhyam. Like that, Swamiji says. Swamiji, related to this one doubt, may I ask something?
Eh?
He asked something.
Related to this.
Ah.
You say it is illumination. Sometimes
Ah.
you got it. Even the nature of mind, everybody is searching for peace, happiness.
Correct.
The mind sometimes knowingly or unknowingly reaches that stage. But immediately it rush out. Like school children came out of the school. Why? It gives happiness and peace. But it attained it. Before it don't have the taste. Now it has the taste. Why not it is attaching to that? Maybe it is a stupid question.
No, it is all practical. The only thing is, over time, nothing comes just like this, Over time, we will not immediately come out. Suppose you slowly chant, you can try 10 minutes. Here the Mauna session is there. Immediately after the Mauna session, everybody will not be active straight away. Let's suppose. The impact will be there for some time until they, and especially a place like this. Suppose it's a hall, it's a road, traffic, it's a different thing. In a place like this, even if we start, it will take time, a few seconds, few minutes, to become part of the common run. The mind gets used to it. So like that, when the illumination comes, the power to assimilate and hold it comes only by a repeated practice.
Yes, Swamiji, I understand. Because this is not a habit pattern in one life. Many lives we are attached to the world and anatma thing.
Correct.
So it go back. But with what wisdom we can hold it on it.
And the other day we were also discussing this illumination, or this consciousness. It is compared to the light. That is why the dialogue of Janaka and Yajnavalkya, it is often repeated. We repeat it often. But we don't have to repeat all these things. On a no moon day, we are sitting in the room, pitch dark everywhere. To see somebody, you need a light. To see an object, you need a light. To see your door, you need a light. Suppose you are coming to the place, suddenly the light goes off. You have no idea about the door. Then that means you need a light to know anything other than you. But to know that you are there, do you need a light? What is that light? That is consciousness. The knowing principle, That is why we say the knowing principle. Even in the pitch dark, you know that you are. That is with us, that has been with us. You have been gracious enough. You can say, the thought can say that. You have been gracious enough to bless me with your presence, even during the midnight. Otherwise, how will I know? And it is not coming from outside, it is inside, inbuilt. So consciousness can be understood by all these things. No direct answer. Shankaracharya in Nirvana Shadgam, that is why he deleted all that is knowable. And every stanza, sloga, he will say, Chidananda Rupam. I am consciousness absolute. Manobuddhi ahankara chittani na aham na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre न च व्योम भूमि न तेजो न वायु चितानंदरूपम शिवोहम शिवो. I am that consciousness absolute. I, Manobuddhi ahankara chittani na aham. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the sense of individuality. And I am not all these things. Whatever I have seen, whatever I have touched, whatever I have heard, and also the mind that I understood as mind, chitta anina. That is the relative chitta and the absolute chitta is different. The Russian knowledge of no knowledge of Russian, that also you need, and the yes knowledge of English. That relative knowledge, that also I am not. So manobuddhi ahankara chittani chitta ani na aham. Na cha shrotra jihve, na cha grana netre, na cha vyoma bhumi, na tejo, na vayu, chittananda rupam shivo. Na punyam, na papam, na saukyam, na dukkham, na mantram, na tirtham, na vedam, na yajnam. न मे द्वेष रागौ न मे लोभ मोहो मदोनैव मेनैव मात्सर्य भावम न धर्मम न चार्थम न कामम न मोक्षम. Even the liberation I am चितानंद रूपम शिवोहम शिवोहम. न मे जाति भेद पितानैव मेनैव माता न जन्म न बंधु न मित्रम गुरुर्नैव शिष्य. चितानंद रूप. So he must have thought about it, that he has composed so many on the personal aspect, impersonal aspect. Atma Bodha is completely impersonal aspect. But Lalita Sahasranam or any impersonal, Manikya Vinam, Shamaladandagam, anything he has composed, beautiful. So both he has glorified, the personal, impersonal aspects. Then he must have thought, we are assuming, he must have thought, that don't get stuck anywhere. Go beyond all, beyond all, beyond all. Even if you don't know the meaning, when you have, especially the Chimyamishan tune, it's so nice. When it is sung, Yajnashala, before Swamiji comes on, some days Swamiji will say, you chant this. So there will be a set of people who will be chanting it. And the impact will be tremendous. You may not know the meaning. Mano bodhyahankar chitta ninam na cha shrotra jihve na cha grana netre. This is the speed. So the moment when we go through these 5 slokas, you will find the mind getting tamed, disciplined, focused, concentrated, and afterwards when it stops, you get a into. Somebody said, just now, he said that illumination. So that is a powerful slogan, very powerful. And we have here even PPT, everything.
Trying to locate, I couldn't
There is a
That's in the email.
the other one, the other one. What is that? Jnana. Brahmajnana is also, you need not know the meaning, but you try just to hear that chanting. After, you may not know Sanskrit, you may not know the word to word meaning, but see the impact that has when you hear that. Tomorrow I think we can put that.
Yes, Swamiji.
We will put that.
The Ashtavakra Gita also.
Oh. But somehow the intellect tries to enjoy certain things and it doesn't stay with us.
Correct.
In devotion, it is different. We have to bring in this devotional aspect.
But that is 100% true.
Yeah.
The intellect gets attracted and enjoys the whole thought process.
And
Then
suddenly,
it goes away when you go back.
suddenly it loses its fuel. In devotion, it is,
It's a very good intellectual
it is
cognitive attachment.
inexhaustible. Devotion, the moment you think, you are in touch with.
People think devotion and surrender is easy.
Uh,
But what is real devotion and real surrender?
Devotion is that you develop
Fell down,
subservience to a higher power with reverence, love and reverence. Subservience to a higher power with love and reverence. And then that gives you an inexplicable feeling, which you will not get it from intellectual thrills. That will be there only for a short time.
Finally, the Shastra also says 25% you learn from your Guru and Shastra, then 25% intellectually you think you clear all doubts, manana, and 25% Vedidhyasana. The last 25% is very important. Drop everything,
Correct,
surrender and go.
correct.
It is not by doing.
Yeah. So tomorrow we can have Brahmajnanavali and Nirvana Shatkam. Hari Om. Very good. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Oh Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.